September TBR, and I know it's a little bit late, but these really keep me on track. I like doing them, I like watching them, and I don't care what people say about them. I will always watch TBR and wrap-up videos, okay? I am currently reading Emmy and Oliver on my Kindle that I got from the library. I've been reading on my Kindle a lot, and you guys have not seen this, but I did get a Paperwhite like 2 months ago or 3 months ago, and I got it on Craigslist, and it was only $65, and the case alone is $40 on Amazon, so that is just crazy. So I will put an image of the book here. It's basically about this boy Oliver who gets kidnapped in 2nd grade, and then 10 years later he reappears. But I am about 80% through and hoping to finish it today. And then last month I did have The Winner's Curse on my TBR, if you saw that, and I'm not sure if I'm going to get to that this month or if I feel like reading it. Sorry, Mandy. We were supposed to read this together and it just was not working for me. I was just getting into the biggest slump. The next book that I didn't read last month either, because I didn't get a chance to get to it, was Redeployment by Phil Clay, and I really still want to read this, and I still want to get to it, and I feel like I could read it really quickly because I feel like I'm gonna love it. And yeah, it's just a bunch of short stories, I believe, about guys on deployment or in the military or going to Iraq. I think it's mostly about them going to Iraq. So I can't wait to read this one again, even though I already said I was gonna read it, but I really am this time. The next one is no surprise to my friends that know me or people on the internets that know me, and it is Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone by J.K. Rowling. I think I've shown this in TBRs before, honestly, but I never got to it, but I really have been wanting to get to this. And I really want to read it this month. I read the first and second book in like elementary school, and I am like about to be 25 next month, guys. So that is like more than 15 years ago that I read the first and second book. I didn't even finish the second book because I found my bookmark from Borders was shut down in the second book. So I've only officially read the first book. And I've owned every single book every time they were released. So I'm not kidding when I say that my whole life I've been really bad at TBRs. Like, as far as like books I own and getting to them and saying that I'm gonna read them, like, even though books have been on my TBR for years, I'm still gonna read them. So Harry Potter, been on my TBR for like over 15 years, but I still want to read it, and it's going to happen. If any of you want to join me, let me know. So this one has been on my TBR for a while too, and it is Where Earth Meets Water by Pia Padukami. And this one I got a BEA 2 years ago, and I got rid of a lot of books I got at BEA, and I donated them because I just feel like I was so excited that I was just grabbing books and not really thinking about if I was going to read that book or not. So this is one of the few books that I did keep. And what really grabbed my attention was on the back, and all I saw was 9/11, Twin Towers, and tsunami, and that just grabbed me. So it has something to do with 9/11 going on and the tsunami going on in 2004, and she was supposed to be in both of those places, but she wasn't. I'm interested to see where the story is going to go, and I've seen really good ratings on Goodreads, so I'm really excited. And then, we'll see if this happens, I'm going to be reading Armada by Ernest Cline, and I loved Ready Player One, and I think I'm going to love this too. And I am supposed to be reading this with Kesha. She was gonna do a read along with Katie, and she asked me if I wanted to read it with them, and I was like, okay, but I always say okay to buddy reads, so we'll see if I get to this, but I think I will because I've been really wanting to read this, and you all know what this is about, so I won't say much about it. But if you haven't read Ready Player One, go read that because I love that book. So I will also pick a challenge from my TBR jar. Or I always forget to take them out. A book with red on the cover. This is a good one. I'm just gonna count it because I really want to read this book. And it's Maybe in Another Life by Taylor Jenkins Reid, and I saw the spine, so whatever, we're gonna count it. And she does have red shoes on, so we are gonna count it. But I've been really wanting to read this, and I think that I'm gonna read this in like a day because her other 2 books that I read were just super fun. Super great one-day reads for summer or any time of the year. So I think I'm gonna love this one. I think the chapters are going to be alternating between 2 different paths in her life that she could have taken. So we'll see like what her life is if she went this way, and we'll see what her life is if she went this way. I think I'm gonna really enjoy this, and I can't wait to read it. And the other book that I had picked with a red cover was The Professor of Truth. And I do kind of feel like reading this too, so maybe I'll get to this one. This is about this plane that crashes and the wife and daughter are killed. And then there's this English lecturer that feels like that something isn't right, that he needs to uncover what really happened that night, and he's been going through the tapes and the documents and everything, and he feels like the guy that they got isn't really the guy that did it. I've been excited for it for a while now. I've owned it for like 3 or 4 years, so maybe I should get to this too. So I did want to show the books that I got at the library because I feel like I'm going to read them in August too. 800 Grapes by Laura Dave. I think it'll be a really quick one-day read. It seems like really cute read. A Darker Shade of Magic by V.E. Schwab, which is a book that I've been wanting to read for so long because I really loved Vicious. Grace Keepers by Christy Logan, which I will definitely be reading. I've been anticipating this book for a while now, and I am just so excited because it came as kind of a recommendation if I liked Station 11. So I love Station 11, so I hope that this lives up to its recommendation. The last book I got was The Status of All Things by Liz Fenton and Lisa Stink. I'm really excited for it. It seems like the adult version of The Future of Us by Jay Asher. If you've read that one, I feel like you're gonna like this one because I thought it was a cute read. So this one is kind of similar. She goes on Facebook because her fiance just broke up with her, and she starts writing a status, and then it becomes true what she writes. So it seems like everything she writes as her status becomes true. I think that's what it's about from what I've gathered. So that was my TBR. I hope I get to all these. Probably not, but this video does keep me on track, so I am gonna try to get to all these. And comment below what you're reading, or if you would like to read any of these with me, or if you want to do a buddy read, motivate me. I get really motivated for buddy reads, so if you see any books here that you want to read, let me know. Brace yourselves for the biggest book haul ever after these videos because oh my god, I have so many books to show you that I haven't hauled in so long. So on that note, I will see you guys later.